Before we begin, I want you to think about your bank account. Not the balance, but how it makes you feel. Two individuals, same age, same education, same income. Both makes 50,000 rupees a month. One is always calm about money. He enjoys, he takes trips, he makes choices in life. Another one, he's always in a constant stress. Debt traps, credit cards, EMIs, and whatnot. Now here comes a real question. If their income is same, their education is same, why their life is so different? Anybody? It's not luck, it's not inheritance, it's not hard work. It's financial planning. OECD data reports that only 60% of the households have any budgeting process at all. You know, I remember a dinner table conversation with my dad. I told him, Dad, I think we should put some money in capital markets. I think we should diversify. He didn't argue. He just looked at me and said, no. Okay. For him, money meant safety, fixed deposits, safe and predictable returns. Later on, I realized it was not being, it was not a choice. I mean, he was being, I want a fixed income. I don't want growth. I want safety. As per Times of India, roughly 55 to 60% of the households still put their money in bank deposits, like fixed deposits, rather than putting their money in market-linked schemes like equity or mutual funds. This depicts safety-first mindset still prevailing in our country. My grandmom, she took it even further. Her emergency fund was not in some bank account. It was in a rice box at home. And then comes our generation. We talk about diversification. Fixed deposits, bonds, commodities, gold, silver, equity, mutual funds, and whatnot. Because we know that 1 rupee today would not be the same 1 rupee tomorrow. Wait, what? What did you just say? And why is that? Inflation. But here is an uncomfortable truth. While we understand inflation, we have lost control on impulse. One social media ad, some end-of-season sale, another limited time offer, and boom, there goes the generation who was preaching diversification. One generation feared losing money. Another fears missing out. Different fears, but problem is still same. Poor money decisions. Financial literacy is defined as understanding of budgeting, borrowings, investments, tax planning, and personal financial management. We know all these things on paper, but our bank statements, it tells us a different story. We are the most informed generation in the history, and yet the least financially prepared. As per NCFE and S&P Global Survey Index, they tell us only 27% of Indian adults are financially literate. And the number is 57% in US and 67% in UK. And let's be really honest. Money decisions don't hurt when you buy that concert ticket or when you buy that limited edition sneakers. They hurt when it's month end and we are left with zero money. And there comes the financial stress. To support this, Economic Times have flagged something really uncomfortable. Gen Zs, they spend almost twice than what they save. And the change in spending habits, it's pushing them towards, even faster towards, financial stress. But what if I tell you, you can still enjoy life and save and invest money? What? Deepti, is it possible? Yes. Because without planning, even $1 million is not enough. Because understand, problem is not income here. It's lack of structure. If you're just starting out, be you are 18, 20, 22, and you're confused, unsure what you have to do, I would recommend you one principle that I learned from an ACE investor. That is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Which means investment should be kept simple. There should be no complexity. And I believe simplicity comes when you have a structure. Even a small chunk of salary is good enough to start. On that note, can anybody help me with which is the best investment that is known to the history of mankind? Gold? Is it silver? Equity? Is it mutual funds? No, it's the investment in self. Because when you invest in yourself, you increase your earning potential. Let's assume with the current skill set, you manage to save 10,000 rupees every month. And by end of 1 year, the amount that you will have saved would be 1.2 lakh rupees. And with a massive return of 20%, the amount would be still 1.35 lakhs. But it's highly possible that with an upgraded skill set, you're able to save 20,000 rupees every month. And no asset class can match those returns that you'll be making from an upgraded skill set. Now we are in a comfortable space that we have, upgraded our skill set and we want to invest our money and want to make it grow. Now what? I'll suggest you 5 steps. Number 1, budgeting before you spend. It's about prioritizing your future before impulse takes over. Number 2, emergency fund. As per Vanguard research, they suggest keeping 3 to 6 months of expenses aside for any future uncertainties. Number 3, SIPs instead of speculation. Because when you do SIPs and you invest in a disciplined way, you kick the emotions out. And when emotions are out, your wealth has space to grow. Number 4, a balance of equity and debt. Equity helps you to grow your money, and debt helps you to stabilize in terms of any downturns. But any imbalance of both, it's going to create a mess. Number 5, diversification among instruments. We don't diversify because we want to maximize our returns. We diversify because we want to minimize our regrets. Because please understand, jobs change, markets fall, and life happens. As per AMFI, they reported that Indian equity mutual funds have delivered roughly 12 to 15% of returns over a longer period of times. And the number is 6 to 9% in UK as per FTSE. Let's ground this reality. 2 earners, same 10,000 rupees. One puts it idle or invests in just one single stock, thinking that luck is going to make him super rich. Another diversifies. He puts that 10,000 rupees in diversified instruments. Because maybe he learned this from a very great investor, never put all your eggs in one basket. Because when you do that, you know you're going to create a mess here. I'm not saying that 10,000 is going to create overnight wealth, but after 10 to 15 years, it's going to give you something that is much better than your overnight returns. That is stability, growth, and peace. Financial literacy empowers youth. It takes you from saving whatever is left to strategic wealth creation. If you forget whatever number I mentioned today, just remember one thing. Financial literacy is not about making you rich. It's about making you powerful. Because true wealth is confidence to make your own choices, stability to survive setbacks, and most important, freedom to own your time. If we want to empower youth, we need not teach them how to make money. We need to teach them how to think about money. Because money is not the end goal, freedom is. And financial literacy is the price that you need to pay to get that freedom. You don't need more income to start. You just need more awareness. And that choice starts today. Thank you.